there, everybody. It's Mike DeLisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Philosophia Floating World. 1 to 6 players, 45 to 120 minutes. Philosophia Floating World is a fully simultaneous deck builder set in feudal Japan. Explore this fascinating, beautiful world as you build majestic pagodas and Shinto shrines. Learn ancient Eastern wisdom and fight fearsome monsters. All right, well, let's take a look inside the box here. See what there is to see. I do think that cover is very striking. Here's our rule book. All right, so we see our contents here of the game. We have some acknowledgments as well. All right. The aim is to be the first to achieve one of the many victory conditions available in the game. You can do this by achieving all 4 of the Gunbaru tokens, Shinto, Zen, Bushido, and Chie. Alternatively, you can win by achieving any 2 of those tokens and then discovering the location, I should say, of an opponent's secret. Aha, okay. Here's our setup for the game. You can see it all set up there on the table. On the gameplay, we've got 3 different phases. You've got the draw phase, the collect phase, and the action phase, and you're going to continue to do that until a player has achieved one of those 2 victory conditions that they talked about just a moment ago. So, in the draw phase, you're going to take the top 6 cards from your deck. You're going to hand them to the player on your left. They're going to choose one that's going to get discarded. Then they're going to group them into 2 sets, 1 set of 2, 1 set of 3. They're going to give them back to you. You then will choose which one of those 2 stacks you want. Do you want the 2 cards or do you want the 3 cards? Your opponent will likely put it in such a way that it makes that a difficult decision for you. Once you've done that, you're going to look at the left side of the cards for the collect phase to get different resources. Then you're going to use the right side of the card for the action phase, which is going to be the different actions that are hopefully going to allow you to achieve one of those different victory conditions. And it goes into more detail about all the different actions that you can take. They entail playing cards, building shrines, building temples, battling monsters, buying cards, things along those lines. We also have some advanced play opportunities. You've got unique player powers that you can use, unique player boards that you can use. There's a solo mode available here. There's also a way to play the game with a turn-taking variant rather than trying to play the game as a fully simultaneous one as well. Let's take a look at the cardboard components, of which there are quite a few. So here are our different player boards. All right. The A side and the B side, so you can see the difference being different. The B side has some particular powers that you can play. All right. Different actions that you can take on your board. A reminder of what it takes to build Shinto shrines and what it takes to build pagodas. Okay. And then we've got a number of other cardboard tokens here. The quality on those are just fine. I'm just going to kind of show you some of these. All right. The art is the same on both sides, so just kind of show off those. There we go. There we go. There we go. Here's our board. This is going to be double-sided, and it's going to depend on player count here. All right. There's one side of the board. Okay. And the other side of the board. And you can kind of see the player count is adjusted up here. All right. All right, we've got some wooden components. We've got our little wooden screen printed lantern disc. I figured I'd show you that. There we go. We've got a metal teapot, which you can kind of see there. I think that is just for aesthetics. There's also a cardboard teapot there that you can use if you'd rather. We've got a couple of wooden components here as well. We've got our Shinto tokens. Trying to build those. That's one of the potential conditions for scoring. We've got what I believe are called builder tokens, the kind of cogs, wooden pieces there as well. We also have some wooden dice and some wooden discs here. You see our screen printed wooden discs for the different, these all represent the different characters. So I'll put those back in here. And then we'll look at our wooden dice, which I believe are for the solo game. I'm not positive about that, but I don't think those are in the standard game. I believe those are for the solo game. And they also leap out of my hand, which is very, very disheartening. All right, we'll put those back. And then we've got a bunch of cards. So let's take a look at some of these cards. Lots of big tarot-sized cards and some smaller ones. Well, we'll start with the smaller ones. All right, so we've got some market cards that you can buy at the shop. Some of these are one-time use. Some of these are weapons that you can face off against the monsters. Some of them are ongoing effects that are represented by that symbol. All right. See a number of those. And we've got solo. I believe these are the solo cards. Represent different locations on the board. All right. All right, so those are the mini-sized cards. Now we've got a whole bunch of the large-sized cards here, the tarot-sized cards. So we'll take a look at those. So we've got some of the starting cards. These are the different characters with their symbology there. Then we've got a whole bunch of these, kind of the big deck of cards that are going to have for the collect part of the game and for the action part of the game. They've all got this amazing artwork. To my mind, the cost, if you were going to purchase those to add them to your deck, it's a deck building game. Allow you to do more actions, collect more things. Some of them are free. Some of them have a cost. But again, you could spend a lot of time looking at this art, but we don't have that much time. But if you are a fan of this style of art, obviously you're going to be very, very excited about getting a chance to look at it as you're playing. Some of the cards are of landscape orientation as well. So you can see they go this way, but they are still in the same deck as the other cards. They just are in a landscape orientation. Oops, lost one. All right. Now we've got some monsters here as well. See that symbol? So, and what it takes to defeat those monsters. Usually it takes a combination of weapons and then some other resource, whether it's money or a time token like that, perhaps. All right, so if you're going to face off against a monster, you want to make sure you have at least 2 weapons. They might be unique, they might be the same, and you want to have some time tokens and money. Otherwise, you may not get a chance to defeat those monsters. All right. Pop those there. And it's just a lot more of these. I'm just going to pop these in here. But in the interest of time, I'm going to go a little bit more quickly here. Okay, you can just kind of see. Again, it's just gorgeous. If this art is appealing to you, then you may actually just take some time looking through these cards to enjoy the art. All right. Some more monsters hiding in here. Actually, a monster hiding in there. Oh, there's more. Okay. Here are some player aid cards. Some wisdom cards, I believe they are called. It's kind of a set collection One of the win conditions is to have one of each of these sets. Also, you sometimes need them to pay for other things, like these Shinto temples. All right. I'm going to go a little more. I keep saying I'm going to go more quickly. I'm trying, because we have some minis I want to show off too. So, actually, these cards I don't think are anything that you have not seen. So I will probably just kind of flip through them very, very quickly, especially since they're not wanting to open for me. And then we'll move on to the minis. So yeah, just many, many more of these cards that you can add to your deck. There are also starting decks that are in here that are denoted with a symbol. All right, so let's look at the minis. First of all, we have got 6 of these pagodas, okay? If you build one of these pagodas, that's one of the 4 win conditions for the game. They cost quite a bit to build, though. Then we've got our character minis. So let's show those off. All right. These are all on the board in different locations. And throughout the game, you are also trying to guess kind of the secret location of these characters, where maybe their secret hideout is or something along those lines. I'm not sure thematically how it's represented, but you're going to move throughout the board, building temples, and also trying to discover other players' secrets, locations. Okay? And then finally, here. All right, well, a lot going on in this game. That is Philosophia Floating World. Thank you for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.